You mentioned this in other videos too, but like there's like a right and a wrong for tennis.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, like, is there like a perfect forehand, or is there perfect footwork or perfect backhand?
The number one factor to the most efficient and the best way to move is our joints only move in a certain way. This I kind of found out like later stages of my career in coaching fairly recently, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. What I noticed, obviously there's books in ITF and there's experts of biomechanics. But the thing is, as a tennis player and coach that didn't study biomechanics, I found out not everybody has the same range of motion. Yes, obviously when you're younger, like you know that. But the thing is, as you're coaching, you're only thinking about a certain way is the best way to play. And then I found out, oh, but this guy doesn't have the same range of motion as to this guy. And that's why it was holding them back. And then I started focusing on not just the coaching and the technique of it, but I started working on range of motion and training them to be more flexible and stuff like that. So getting their range of motion better and flexibility better. So I actually believe, and there's an image in my head where this is the best forehand that you could hit, footwork wise, balance wise, everything. And what I'm trying to do is let's say this is the perfect image. I'm not saying perfect as in perfect, like it's in my head, so it's a perfect image. Okay? Versus the way I look at coaching, technique-wise, is how am I going to make my player go more this way? How am I going to make my player play more like this? That's one of my goals. And there's a lot of a list of coaching methods that you implement for the player to be able to go to this way, to be the best that they can be. You know, when you're a kid, like there's two images. Let's say like it's like a triangle here, but it's like a circle here. And it tells you find the difference. That's what I'm basically trying to do in my head. So what I do is when I'm watching my player, I overlap the perfect image is there, overlay the image of my player, and I try to find the difference. I don't know why my mind does this, but that's how I do it. And then once I do that, there's a mismatch, right? So basically, this is the perfect one. So something's wrong here. So then I go into saying like, oh, how am I gonna fix that? What's wrong? What joint? What movement? What grip? What kind of swing? That's where the analysis kind of begins. I overlap the images in my head and find the differences and then go from there.
And this is all conscious.
Oh, I love that question. It's unconscious now.
For you.
For me, because I'm so good at it now.
Yeah.
Before, I had to really like, sometimes like during the lesson, my player would be standing there. I would be like, hold on. I would be like this for like 30 seconds, not saying anything. And my kids would be like, what is he doing?
It's like Dr. Strange.
And then like sometimes when I coach like adults, they get so, how do you say, like it makes them feel like, oh, did I do something wrong? Oh, I'm so bad. He's having such a difficult time trying to fix me. They get worried. I'm like, no, it's not you. I'm just trying to think in my head what I need to fix and just organizing in my head. And I just stand there for like 30 seconds. That's when it was conscious. It's not conscious now. It's unconscious right away. Because I've done it so many times. Like if I change something like 20 times before, I know it right away. But here's the interesting thing. The reason why I'm able to, I can't say I'm the best coach, but the reason why I get better as a coach is because I always have not the belief, but I always think that I could be wrong. There's a chance that I could be wrong. It's there. It's not a confidence thing. It's not like, oh, I'm not a good coach. It's not that. There is a possibility that I might be wrong. It happens more often than not, actually. You could be very wrong because a lot of times there's so many different types of players. You force someone into a certain way, but like if that doesn't work, you start blaming the player. Like, oh no, you have to do this, you have to do that. You have to really think. If they've taken lessons 2 to 3 times and they can't fix it, it might not be them. It might be you. It's going back to the conscious and unconscious mind again. Now, because I'm so used to doing things unconsciously, because I've done it for so long, when I meet a player player, oh, boom, this is how you do it, and we're gonna work on it. They work on it, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 2 lessons, 4 lessons, 5 lessons, 6 lessons, 10 lessons. They can't do it. There's something wrong there, right? There's something wrong there. Then you have to go back to saying like, oh, maybe my beliefs and my methods, there's a problem there. Then you have to consciously dig in your unconscious mind to say like, okay, where am I wrong? Where did it go wrong? Or is it just this player? Then you have to kind of dig into that and analyze yourself again and then find new ways to teach that player and coach that player. So it goes back and forth. And I think it's, it's a perfect example. I thank you for saying that. It's the same way with technique and how good you're getting, because sometimes the thing that you're doing right now unconsciously and thought that was the best thing that you had, it might be the thing that's holding you back to go to that next level. It's very important to go back and revisit your ideas and your philosophy or your methods or what's making you confident. And there's so many players and coaches in tennis where they always say it out loud. You don't have to do that. They always say stuff that is not very relevant, and they're so cocky that they know that. It's like they never rediscover or go back and kind of revisit their philosophy. They could be so wrong, but obviously I don't point them out. I don't want to argue. There's no point. It's very difficult to have a deep conversation with someone you just met or you don't meet all the time, and you don't want to argue with them. Like there's no point, right? So today I was talking about the conscious mind and unconscious mind, but it kind of went into how I view my players' technique and the movement and how I kind of analyze my players and then how I fix them. But it's not a direct way of saying, but it's just the analysis part on how I do things. Whenever you write comments, it could be a question, or if you could disagree or agree with me, it doesn't matter. It always gets me thinking and revisit my unconscious mind. So yeah, leave comments on my videos, and if you like the video, press the like. If you don't like the videos, don't watch them. And if you want to see the next one, please subscribe. Thanks.